Back in 2002, I crashed at my buddy's house late one night. We were waking up around the same time and chatting when we heard a girl singing from upstairs. My friend started singing back to the voice, thinking it was his younger sister. I joined in and started singing as well. It was a school day and we both realized that she shouldn't be home. The singing back and forth happened a few more times before his brother walked in to ask why we were singing so loud. The sweet sound of this girl singing had stopped right when his brother walked in. This is when we found out that there were no other people in the house. When we asked the landlord about any odd things happening in the house, we found out that this wasn't the first time. I can still hear the voice in my head as well as the cold chill that came over me as we realized we may have just interacted with someone beyond the grave. In the fall of 2009, I noticed things in the house we were renting. For a while I chalked it up to me being overly tired. I asked my wife if she had any odd things happening, since she is a lightning rod for those kind of things. She admitted that there were a few encounters with something that did not feel threatening to her. Such things were steps, someone jumping on the bed, and just an overall presence in the air. I was determined to find the ghost. I took flash pictures trying to see anything all over the house where I felt something was off or colder. One night after returning from late night hockey, I was asked if I was playing the guitar. This was only minutes after arriving at home. I always had a guitar leaning on the amp at the time. I had not been the one playing. When she told me that there was the sound of someone strumming a lovely tune, my heart started racing. At that point I was losing it and I felt very uncomfortable. I laid in bed watching out the door into the hallway, ready to catch the ghost doing something. As I laid there I heard footsteps coming from my daughter's room, and then I saw the light from the bathroom dim as if someone had just walked in. I got up to make sure my daughter was okay and didn't need any help in the bathroom. When I got up, she was sound asleep in her room. As I walked in to check on her, I could feel something. Things like that would happen until one night, alone, I got brave enough to have a chat with this ghost. I went into every room and gave firm directions to find its way home instead of staying here. I felt better, but there was still that feeling. That's when I found out that the ghost was the Joker. The next morning, our back door, which had been locked, was open. I turned to look around the garage before shutting the door and saw something rather humorous. My homemade Ghostbusters proton pack light was on. The lights were twist lights and were a pain to turn on. I was happy to feel that the air had lightened up after all of this.